Welcome to Game Day here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers pregame show. The Wranglers in San Diego, California tonight to take on the San Diego Strike Force. James Poovey coming to you live here alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, we're going to have a great battle this evening between the Wranglers and the Strike Force. The second time these teams have met overall this season, it's going to be a battle royale inside the Pachanga Arena this evening.
James, it's been a while since the Wranglers and the Strike Force have met. They haven't met since April 2nd, week 3 of the season. So it should be a really good matchup. Of course, we know it's hard to win on the road in their first trip for the Wranglers to travel to San Diego. And we know the Strike Force will be ready to go tonight. You know, they're going to come out and try to do their best to upset the Northern Arizona Wranglers. So we'll see what happens in a matter of hours.
The Wranglers are trying to improve on that 8-2 mark overall this season after defeating a very tough Tucson Sugar Skulls team down in Tucson last Saturday evening. And the Wranglers, like you said, just looking to continue their winning ways here tonight against this Strike Force team. But make no mistake, the San Diego Strike Force have been improving as the season has gone on, and they're playing some pretty good football right now.
Of course, they're professionals, just like they're professionals. Every man that's on that roster, They play football, and they play for a check just like the Wranglers players do. So you know the Strike Force, they're going to give their best effort tonight against the Wranglers.
Absolutely, they will. We'll step aside, take a short time out, and come right back here on the pregame show. We'll preview tonight's game a little bit later on, but we'll take a look back at last week's victory down in Pima County against those Tucson Sugar Skulls when we return here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers pregame show. Stay with us.
That's funny. Desert Schools changed their name.
Yeah, now it's Desert Financial.
Alice Cooper!
Wait, what are you doing here?
I'm telling everyone, school's out.
For summer?
Forever.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Let's do it for the phone. They do so much for you. When they're out there all alone, there's something we can do. T-Mobile, look at these apps, they don't lie. And faster, speed nationwide. Let's do it for the phone.
Welcome back to the Northern Arizona Wranglers pregame show. James Poovey coming to you live alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, it was an exciting game last week down in Pima County against those Tucson Sugar Skulls. The Wranglers squeaking out, and I mean squeaking out, a victory on the right leg of Brandon Fisher in a last-second field goal to get the win 34-32 and improve to 8-2 overall on the season.
James, it was a thrilling game that you and I were both at. We were providing pre-halftime and post-game coverage on the Northern Arizona Wranglers channels as we checked the highlights from that game. What a great game it was, James. They were down 11 points at halftime. The Wranglers were. They were also down 11 points also in the fourth quarter, but their defense was able to shut down Daquan Neal and that vaunted Sugar Skulls offense, James. They held them to less than 60 yards of offense in the second half, outscored the Sugar Skulls 19-6. And as you mentioned, Brandon Fisher with the 24-yard field goal with 3 seconds left. He hit their last 6 points they scored were from Brandon Fisher field goals, a 21-yarder and a 24-yarder. But to hold the Sugar Skulls, here we go with the safety right here. See Jaquan Artis get that safety right there, get to Daquan Neal. They put pressure on him. And here's one of Fisher's field goals, that 21-yard field goal, one of the 2 field goals he hit. And, of course, the game winner he hit with 3 seconds left, James. But them to rally back and hold them to only 6 points, the Sugar Skulls, what a great come-from-behind victory on the road, JP.
It indeed was, and I am just extremely impressed, Ed, with the way this football team just continues to play well, especially those guys up front providing excellent protection for Caleb Barker. The receivers are catching the football. He's delivering passes on time, on target. And the defense, what can you say about those guys? But this offense is really clicking, and they're just riding the success of Caleb Barker and that offensive line.
JP, it's all about execution. This offense is executing. This defense is executing. Look at that right there. They forced the fumble on DeQuan Neal. They get the recovery. That's Jaquan Artis again, isn't it? That's number 9 again with another huge play. But yes, defensively, just absolute monsters. Again, holding the Sugar Skulls to 57 yards. Exactly. 57 yards on 12 plays in the second half and just 6 points. This is a team that's averaging over 50 points a game, JP, and to hold them to 32 points in their own building. What a phenomenal defensive effort. And of course, that catch there by Jeremy Neal, one of the amazing catches. He had 4 catches for a touchdown. Glenn Gibbons Jr. had a touchdown, and just outstanding execution when it really needed to. That pass break up there by Tevin Homer, and here's of course the game winner from 2-6 from 24 yards out with 3 seconds left, and the defense held those last 3 seconds, and they are now 8-2 and tied for first place in the Western Conference with the Arizona Rattlers.
You just love the way this football team continues to grind it out, whether it be on offense, defense, or special teams. And I'm just overall impressed with the way this football team continues to look forward. They don't look backwards at all. They don't really worry about what else is going on in the IFL. They just continue to play Wranglers football.
And here's what it is, JP. It's as much as it is a physical game of football, it's about mental. How are they mentally tough enough to go down to Tucson and be down 11 points in a hostile environment, to be down 11 points in the fourth quarter, JP, and you shut out your opponent 13-0 in the most crucial of all quarters, the fourth quarter, and Fish steps up 21-yarder and a 24-yarder with 3 seconds left to ultimately propel this team to a victory and an 8-2 mark as they head to the game tonight here in San Diego with the Strike Force. They are mentally strong just as much as they are physically strong.
You mentioned it, Ed, a little bit earlier in the pregame show. It's been a little bit since these two matched up. It was back on April 2nd against the same San Diego Strike Force team. The Wranglers getting the victory 45-28. But as you know, in the IFL, Ed, teams change from week to week and players come and go on both squads. And it could be a different ballgame this time around here tonight at the Pechanga Arena.
It very well could be. And of course, San Diego is going to try to hold they're going to try to hold court, hold serve at home at the Pechanga Arena. Yes, in San Diego. So it's not going to be an easy victory. Should it come for the Wranglers tonight? We hope it will be. We'll see in a matter of hours, JP, once this game kicks off. So it would be great for them to run their winning streak to 6 games, JP, run their winning streak to 6 in a row, make their record 9-2, and just continue to stack up those victories as they head toward the playoff push, James.
We will step aside here and take another short commercial break here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers pregame show. We'll come back and take a look at that previous matchup back in the early part of April against the same San Diego Strike Force team, and one more final thoughts from Mr. Ed Cole and myself on tonight's matchup between the Wranglers and the Strike Force. Stay with us here on the pregame show. We'll be right back momentarily.
Obviously, we got termites.
Well, the first thing is, you gotta know what they're biting on.
Whoa, yeah.
This aged birchwood is perfect for the big ones this time of year.
Oh,
They gobble it up like a candy bar.
nice.
What's going on?
What?
I told you to hire a pro.
I did get a pro.
An Orkin pro.
I got this.
Got termites? Don't call any pro. Call the Orkin Pro. With over 120 years of experience, nobody's better. Orkin, the best in pests.
You're still paying me for this.
Just relax.
That's cut. We are clear.
Come on, Playmaker, why you always got to be so awkward on camera? I would say you make me look bad, but we both know that is entirely impossible.
It was possible back in the day on the football field, that's for sure.
You got to be losing your mind. Somebody roll back these tapes, man. Can somebody get this man some water? He ain't feeling well. Please, somebody.
We'll all feel better when you stop all that trash talk.
Dog, are you serious? Look like you needed some real trash talk. See, this ain't trash. This is recycling, which means it goes in the recycling bin. Schooling you again, Playmaker, as usual.
The only thing you ever schooled me on was how to get away with bad calls. That was embarrassing.
Not as embarrassing as you putting recyclables in the trash can.
When did we start talking about your touchdown dance? That was embarrassing.
You've gone too far.
Like old days. Boy, you know I love you.
Know the difference? Make a difference. Be a team player and recycle. Visit PepsiTrashTalk.com to learn more.
Welcome back to the Northern Arizona Wranglers pregame show. We are just minutes away from kickoff inside the Pechanga Arena between your Northern Arizona Wranglers and the San Diego Strike Force. A huge matchup tonight, Ed. The Wranglers just look to continue their winning ways, and they were able to get over on the Strike Force back in the early part of April, back on April the 2nd, 45-28. We mentioned it might be a different battle of two different teams here tonight, but the Wranglers got one over on those Strike Force the last time these two met.
Yeah, it's amazing when it's been almost 2 months since these teams have met. And of course, both teams are different and rosters are different, personnel's different, but it's still the same thing. You have to go out and execute, which the Wranglers will have to do tonight in San Diego over the Strike Force to get a victory, a much needed victory on the road to continue the winning streak. They'd love to, again, move it to 6 straight, move it to 9-2 on the season and continue to win and keep pace and keep pace with the when they're in first place in the Western Conference. They want to continue to stay atop the Western Conference, and it continues tonight. Should it be a victory over the Strike Force to push that record to 9-2?
Another impressive factor for this Wranglers football team, Ed, is the depth of their bench. They're able to have a couple of guys go down, critical guys go down, and they're able to just fill those shoes quickly. And that's got to be a credit to this coaching staff, getting these guys prepared to play every single week, and they know that they're going to have the confidence to come out there and get the job done for this football team.
Of course, James, when your number is called and you have to step up and things are it goes the way it does. It goes with injuries. It's a part of football. Things happen. Guys get banged up, and there's guys that have to be called up. It is the next man up there. Whoever is able to step up when their number is called and their name is called, and you go out and execute when it's your turn, when the opportunity is given to you, when Coach Moss says, "Okay, I want you in there because we need you right now. We need you to come up here and step up and play to the level of what the Northern Arizona Wranglers organization is expecting you to." And these young men do, like here. What a run back there, right there. That's just great execution on special teams. Is that Boom right there? That's Boom.
That is Stanley Boom Williams right there. He has lowered the boom on a few folks this season, Ed.
Yes, he has.
This guy continues to impress. Among others, a two-headed monster in the backfield there for the Wranglers, really, with Israel Tucker and Boom Williams, and then the receivers on the outside, just stellar. I mean, if you get it anywhere in their area, they're more than likely going to come up with the reception.
Yes, and you mentioned, James, the offensive line giving Barker that kind of time to find a Glenn Gibbons Jr. or a Ulyss Gillard or a Jeremy Neal or a Israel Tucker or a DJ Stevens. You can look up and down this roster. There are playmakers. There are guys that go out here and play until their hearts contain. They just play football, and this is what they do because they know how important it is to go out on every single possession, James, and make things happen.
We hope everyone has a great night. Enjoy the game this evening between the Northern Arizona Wranglers and the San Diego Strike Force. Kickoff set for 7:05 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure and head over to the Indoor Football League YouTube channel right now, as a matter of fact, to get on the broadcast there for the home San Diego Strike Force, and we will talk to you at the halftime point. Hope everyone has a great game. Enjoy the game tonight, and go